The stars looked different this far from Earth. Captain William Grant stood at the main viewing window of the exploration vessel Horizon and felt small. After 2 years in deep space, he had grown used to the feeling, but today it hit him harder than usual. The ship had reached the edge of the Orion Arm, farther than any human vessel had traveled before. "Captain, you should see this." The voice of his science officer, Dr. Olivia Bennett, came through his earpiece. Her tone made him turn immediately from the window. "On my way," he replied, crossing the quiet command deck with quick steps. Night crew looked up briefly as he passed, then returned to their monitors. In the science lab, Olivia hunched over a screen showing data from the ship's long-range scanners. Her dark hair was tied back in a messy knot, and she hadn't changed, out of yesterday's uniform. Grant had learned that these were signs she had found something interesting. "What am I looking at?" he asked, leaning over her shoulder. "Something that shouldn't be there." Olivia pointed to a bright spot on the scan. "It's not a natural formation. The structure is too perfect, too regular." Grant felt a chill run down his spine. "Artificial? Are you saying we found aliens? Or they found us?" Olivia looked up at him, her eyes wide with excitement and fear. "The object changed course 6 hours ago. It's moving toward us." The next 12 hours passed in a blur of activity. The Horizon went to alert status. Grant ordered all systems checked and defensive measures readied, though he knew their weapons would be useless against a civilization capable of building something that size. The mystery object had grown clearer on their scans, a massive structure shaped like a spiral shell, over 20 kilometers from end to end. "It's slowing down," Olivia reported from her station on the bridge. "Matching our position." Grant nodded, trying to look calmer than he felt. "Any response to our hails?" Communications Officer Peter Kelly shook his head. "Nothing yet, sir. Wait." He pressed his hand to his earpiece. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission. It's in English." A hushed silence fell over the bridge. Grant straightened his uniform jacket. "Put it through." The voice that filled the command deck was smooth and clear, with an accent Grant couldn't place. "Greetings, travelers from Earth. We are pleased to have found you at last. We request permission to send a small delegation to your vessel." Grant shared a look with his first officer, Lisa Ward. Her hand rested near the emergency protocols panel. He gave her a slight nod before responding. "This is Captain William Grant of the Earth exploration vessel Horizon. We are surprised you speak our language. May I ask who you are?" A pause, then. "We have many names across the galaxies. Most know us as the Elders. We have studied your transmissions for many years. May we come aboard?" After a rushed meeting with his senior staff, Grant agreed to allow 3 visitors, provided they came unarmed and submitted to basic scans. 6 hours later, he stood in the ship's main airlock alongside Olivia, Lisa, and 2 security officers waiting for their guests. The connecting tube from the alien shuttle sealed with a soft hiss. The inner door slid open, and the humans got their first look at the Elders. They were tall, nearly 7 feet, with slender bodies that seemed almost too thin to support themselves in Earth-normal gravity. Their skin shimmered with subtle colors that shifted like oil on water. They had 2 arms and 2 legs, but their faces were what captured Grant's attention. Large, deep-set eyes regarded them with an expression that seemed strangely familiar. The Elder in the center stepped forward. Its skin rippled with blue and gold patterns as it spoke. "Captain Grant, I am called Mentor. These are my associates." It gestured to the others. "We have waited a very long time for this meeting." Olivia stepped forward with her scanner, which the aliens allowed without complaint. She frowned at the readings, then looked up at the creatures with new interest. "Please, join us in our conference room," Grant said, finding his voice. "We have many questions." The Elders moved with fluid grace as they followed the humans through the corridors. Crew members stopped and stared as they passed. Grant couldn't blame them. After centuries of wondering if humanity was alone in the universe, the answer was walking behind him. In the conference room, the Elders declined offers of seats or refreshments. Mentor stood at the head of the table, its companions slightly behind. You must wonder why we sought you out, Mentor said. Its voice had a musical quality that seemed to come from several places at once. That's putting it mildly, Lisa said. Mentor's skin pulsed with what might have been amusement. Our civilization is ancient. We have witnessed the rise and fall of countless species across this galaxy. We have helped some, observed others. But you... It paused. You are different. Different how? Olivia asked, still studying her scanner readings. May we take biological samples from you? It would confirm our theory. Grant hesitated, then nodded. Dr. Bennett can oversee the procedure. The samples were taken. Small skin scrapings, hair follicles, saliva swabs. The elders analyzed them with devices that seemed to float between their long fingers. As they worked, Grant watched Mentor's skin change from blue to a deep purple that spread across its entire body. It is as we hoped, Mentor finally said, turning to face the humans. The markers are there, dormant but unmistakable. What markers? Olivia asked. The biological signature of the seedlings. Our... Mentor seemed to search for the right word. Our children. Grant exchanged confused glances with his officers. I don't understand. We were not always as we are now, Mentor explained. Its companions moved closer, their skin now pulsing in synchronized patterns. Long ago, we created a new species, part of ourselves, yet different. They were to be our legacy, our future. They established colonies throughout this sector of the galaxy. And you think we're related to these seedlings? Lisa asked skeptically. Not merely related. Mentor's voice grew softer. You are their descendants, modified by time and Earth's environment, but unmistakably carrying their genetic signature. Humans are the children we lost 1 billion years ago. The room fell silent. Grant felt the weight of the elder's words settle over him like a physical thing. That's impossible, Olivia whispered. But her scanner was blinking with confirmation. Data. We have searched for so long, Mentor said. Its skin now glowed with a gentle white light. Many believed you were gone forever, but some of us never stopped looking. The elder extended a hand toward Grant, not quite touching him. And now, at last, we have found our lost children. The news from the horizon reached Earth 3 days later. Dr. Alan Rodriguez sat in his small office at the Global Genetics Institute in Chicago, reading the message for the 5th time. He still couldn't believe it. Aliens had been found. Or rather, they had found humanity, and they claimed to be related to humans. Alan pushed his glasses up and rubbed his tired eyes. Captain Grant had sent samples of the elders' genetic material along with the report. The data packets had arrived just hours ago, and Alan's team was already hard at work. This can't be right, said Maria Cooper, his assistant, looking up from her screen. Her face was pale. I've run the comparison 3 times now. Alan wheeled his chair over to her station. Show me. On the screen were 2 genetic sequences side by side. One was human DNA, the standard reference genome used by scientists worldwide. The other was the alien sequence from the elders. Look at this section, Maria pointed. It matches parts of what we've always called junk DNA in humans, the parts that don't seem to code for anything. Alan stared at the matching patterns. His heart beat faster. But in the elders' genome, these sections are active. Exactly. Maria looked up at him. What if our junk DNA isn't junk at all? What if it's dormant? Alan's phone rang. It was the director of the institute. Similar discoveries were being reported by genetic labs around the world. An emergency scientific council was being formed. Alan was to join immediately. Meanwhile, aboard the Elder mothership, Captain Grant and Dr. Bennett floated in what the aliens called the History Chamber. The vast spherical room displayed 3-dimensional images all around them. Star maps, planets, and strange beings that had lived and died long before humans existed. Our civilization began over 2 billion of your Earth years ago, Mentor explained. The elder floated nearby, its skin shifting between deep blue and purple hues. We evolved, expanded, and eventually reached a limit. A limit? Olivia asked. We stopped changing, Mentor said. Our bodies and minds became fixed. We could not adapt anymore, could not evolve further. The images around them changed to show beings that looked like earlier versions of the elders, shorter with thicker bodies and less luminous skin. We had mastered genetic science by then. We decided to create a new species, one that carried our essence but was free from our limitations. We called them the seedlings. The display shifted again, showing smaller creatures with flexible bodies and quick movements. They looked nothing like humans, but there was something about their eyes that seemed familiar. The seedlings established colonies on many worlds, Mentor continued. They were adaptable, creative in ways we had forgotten how to be. They were our greatest achievement. William watched the images with wonder and unease. What happened to them? Mentor's skin darkened. A great catastrophe, a wave of energy from a nearby galaxy collision. Many seedling worlds were in its path, including those in this sector. We tried to evacuate them, but there was too little time. The images showed planets engulfed in blinding light, then darkness. We searched for survivors for thousands of years, Mentor said quietly. We found only ruins. Eventually, most of us accepted that our children were gone. We continued our existence, watching over younger species when we found them worthy. But a small group of us never stopped looking. The display changed to show Earth, first as it was billions of years ago, then gradually changing through geological eras. 50 Earth years ago, we detected your radio signals. Something in them made us wonder. When we analyzed the patterns more closely, we found traces of seedling communication methods. It seemed impossible after so much time, but we had to investigate. Back on Earth, Alan Rodriguez stood before the United Nations Security Council. Behind him were screens showing the genetic comparisons that had shocked the scientific world. The matching sequences make up approximately 3% of the human genome, he explained to the grim-faced delegates. These sections have always been dismissed as non-functional evolutionary leftovers. We now know they are anything but. And what exactly are they, Doctor? Asked the Secretary General. Alan took a deep breath. They appear to be dormant genetic instructions. In the elders, these same sequences control aspects of their neural function, cellular regeneration, and what they call spatial awareness, which may be a form of limited telepathy. Murmurs filled the chamber. Alan waited for quiet before continuing. Our working theory is this. After the catastrophe the elders described, some seedlings survived on or near Earth. They may have been badly damaged by radiation or other effects. Over billions of years, they evolved, adapted to Earth conditions, and eventually became part of the evolutionary path that led to humans. You're saying we're part alien? The American delegate looked disturbed. I'm saying that somewhere in our evolutionary history, seedling DNA became incorporated into what would become the human genome. Most of the advanced functions became dormant over time, but the markers remain. It's unmistakable. The room erupted in questions. As Alan tried to answer them, his phone vibrated with a message from Maria. More matches found. Come back ASAP. One day, the eldership. Olivia stared at the results of her own tests. The elders had allowed her to set up a small lab in their medical facility. What she found there had kept her awake for 2 days straight. These protein structures, she said to William when he came to check on her. They're identical to ones found in human brain tissue, but in the elders they form much more complex networks. William looked at the glowing models floating above her workstation. What does it mean? It means they're right. Olivia's voice was filled with awe. We really are related to them. But there's more. She pulled up another set of images. I think the dormant genes in humans might not be dormant forever. There are signs they could be activated under certain conditions. William felt a chill. What kind of conditions? I don't know yet, but the elders must know. Olivia looked up at him with tired eyes. They've been studying this much longer than we have. I think they've been waiting for those genes to wake up." As they spoke, on the other side of the ship, Mentor met with the Elder Council. Their skins pulsed with a rainbow of colors as they communicated in their own language. "The humans show more promise than we expected," Mentor told the Council. "Their isolation forced adaptations we never anticipated. If our theories are correct, they may hold the key we have sought for so long." "We must proceed carefully," said one of the elders, its skin flashing with warning reds. "They are young, volatile. They may not understand our needs." "They will," Mentor replied, its skin glowing with confidence. "They are our children. When they learn the truth of their heritage, they will help us, they must." News of the elders spread across Earth like wildfire. People reacted in many different ways. Some were excited about meeting aliens who claimed to be connected to humans. Others were scared and suspicious. Religious groups argued about what it meant for their beliefs. The United Nations voted to allow a small group of elders to visit Earth. They would stay at a special building created just for them in Geneva, Switzerland. Guards would protect them, though no one knew if the elders needed protection. Reverend Samuel Packer stood before his large church in Dallas. 5,000 people sat in the seats. Millions more watched online. His voice boomed through speakers. "They call themselves our creators," he said, his face red with emotion. "They want us to believe we are not God's special creation but some alien experiment gone wrong." The crowd roared in agreement. "I say to you, these beings may come from the stars, but their message comes from somewhere much darker, across the world." Similar speeches were happening in churches, mosques, temples, and other places of worship. Not all religious leaders agreed with Reverend Packer. Many said that God could have worked through the elders. But those with the loudest voices got the most attention. Lieutenant Kate Wilson sat at her desk in Military Intelligence Headquarters in Virginia. She had been reading elder communications for weeks. Most were public, talks between the aliens and Earth scientists. But some were private messages sent between elder ships. These were the ones that worried her. Kate's job was to look for security threats. The computer translated the elder language into English, but some words and phrases didn't translate well. One word kept appearing in their private messages: vessels. At first she thought they were talking about their ships, but the context was wrong. They used the word when discussing humans. Kate made notes on her tablet. Yesterday she found something new. A message from the elder ship to their home world mentioned the project and final stage activation. The same message talked about vessels again. She should tell her boss. But Colonel Harris had made it clear that the top priority was keeping good relations with the elders. Kate had tried to raise concerns before. Harris told her she was being paranoid. Kate made a decision. She would reach out to someone else, someone who might listen. She found the secure contact information for Dr. Alan Rodriguez, the geneticist who first confirmed the DNA link between humans and elders. She typed a short message. "Dr. Rodriguez, I've found something in elder communications you need to see. What if we're not their children, but their creations? What if we're not the end goal, but just a means to something else?" Kate encrypted the message and sent it. Then she deleted all traces of it from her computer. In Geneva, the elder embassy opened with great ceremony. Mentor and 5 other elders met with world leaders. They proposed a cultural exchange program. 50 humans would visit the elder ship to learn about elder science and history. 50 elders would stay on Earth to share their knowledge. The program was approved quickly. Humans who wanted to join the exchange had to take tests to see if they were good candidates. Millions applied. Dr. Olivia Bennett was one of the first chosen. She had been studying elder biology since first contact. The elders specifically requested her. "Your understanding of our physiology is impressive," Mentor told her when they met in Geneva. Its skin rippled with golden patterns. "You see connections others miss." "Thank you," Olivia said. She felt both proud and uneasy. "I have so many questions about how your biology relates to ours." "In time, you will have answers," Mentor replied. "Perhaps more than you expect." The cultural exchange began 2 months later. William Grant watched from the bridge of the horizon as the transport shuttles carried humans to the Elder ship. He wasn't part of the exchange. He would stay with his ship, which remained docked to the Elder vessel. "I don't like this," said Lisa Ward, standing beside him. "Everything's happening too fast." William nodded. "The Elders are pushing hard for cooperation, and our leaders are giving them whatever they want." "Can you blame them?" Lisa asked. "The Elders are offering technology we can't even understand, medical advances that could end disease, clean energy that would solve our climate crisis." "I know." William sighed. "It all sounds perfect, maybe too perfect." 6 weeks into the exchange, William received a message from Olivia. She wanted to meet privately. They agreed to talk in his quarters on the horizon. When Olivia arrived, William hardly recognized her. She looked tired, with dark circles under her eyes, but she also seemed energized, almost jittery. "Are you okay?" he asked as she paced around his small room. "I'm fine. Better than fine." She stopped and looked at him. "William, the things I'm learning, it's amazing. The Elders are showing us their medical technology. They can repair damaged cells, regrow limbs, even transfer consciousness between bodies. That sounds advanced. It's beyond advanced, and they're letting us try it ourselves. They've given us access to their equipment." Olivia sat down suddenly. "But that's not why I wanted to talk to you." William waited. "I've been having dreams," she said more quietly. "Strange dreams about stars and planets I've never seen, about civilizations that died millions of years ago. Dreams can be weird," William said carefully. "Not like this. These dreams feel like memories." Olivia leaned forward. "And I'm not the only one. Other humans in the exchange program are experiencing the same thing, and some of us are developing abilities." "What kind of abilities?" "I can remember everything I read now. Word for word. Pages of genetic code. And Jack Collins from the physics team? He solved an equation yesterday that Earth's best mathematicians have been working on for decades. He said the answer just came to him." William felt a chill. "Have you told the Elders about this?" "Yes." They didn't seem surprised. Olivia rubbed her temples. "I think they expected it." "William, I think this is what they've been waiting for." That moment, William's communication panel beeped. A secure message had arrived from Earth. He opened it and read quickly. "It's from Dr. Rodriguez," he told Olivia. "He wants to talk to both of us. He says it's urgent." William looked up at her. "He's been contacted by someone in military intelligence who has concerns about the Elders' true intentions." Olivia's eyes widened. "What kind of concerns?" "They found something in the Elders' private communications, references to humans as vessels, and something about a final stage activation." Olivia went pale. She put her hand to her head as if in pain. "What is it?" William asked, alarmed. "I just remembered something from my dreams," she whispered. "Something about vessels for consciousness transfer. The seedlings were created to be new bodies for the Elders when their original forms grew too old." William stared at her. "Are you saying the Elders want to take over human bodies?" "I don't know." Olivia looked scared now. "But we need to find out, before it's too late." Dr. Alan Rodriguez, Lieutenant Kate Wilson, Captain William Grant, and Dr. Olivia Bennett met through secure video link. Each person was in a different location. None of them trusted regular communication channels anymore. "I've been studying the Elder language database they gave us," Kate said. Her face on the screen looked tired. "They translated most words correctly, but some key terms have different meanings than what they told us." "Like what?" asked Alan. "Like vessel. They told us it means honored child in their language, but based on context, it really means carrier. Or container." Kate looked grim. "And reunion doesn't mean what we think either. It's closer to reclaiming or repossession." William leaned forward. "That matches what Olivia dreamed." Olivia nodded. Her hands shook slightly as she spoke. "In my dreams, I see memories of the original seedlings. They weren't just children of the elders. They were created as new bodies for elder consciousness. But that was billions of years ago, Alan said. Would they still want the same thing? From humans now? I think so, Olivia replied. The elders are dying, not as individuals but as a species. They've reached evolutionary dead ends. They can't adapt anymore. And we're the solution, William said quietly. Kate brought up a new file on the screen. This is from an elder facility on Earth's moon. They built it 3 weeks ago, claiming, it's a cultural center. My team used a stealth drone to scan it yesterday. The image showed a large room filled with what looked like glass pods, thousands of them. Those aren't for cultural exchange, Kate said. They're stasis chambers, big enough for human bodies. The four grew silent, understanding what this meant. We need proof, Alan finally said. Real proof, not just suspicions and dreams. Olivia rubbed her forehead. She had been getting headaches lately. I think I know how to get it. The elders have given us access to their medical bay. There's a neural scanner there. It can read thoughts and memories. You want to use it on an elder? William asked, shocked. No. On me. Olivia looked at each of them in turn. These aren't just dreams I'm having. They're memories. Elder memories, somehow activating in my brain. If we can record them, we'll have the evidence we need. It's too dangerous, William argued. What if they catch you? They won't. They trust me. Olivia's voice grew stronger. I need to do this. If I'm right, the elders are planning to take over human bodies, starting with those of us in the exchange program. 2 days later, Olivia entered the medical bay on the elder ship. It was late in the Earth night cycle and the bay was empty. She had volunteered for extra lab time, so her presence wouldn't seem unusual. Olivia moved quickly to the neural scanner. It looked like a silver helmet with glowing blue lines running through it. She had used it before under elder supervision, but only for basic brain mapping. She put the helmet on and activated the recording function. Then she closed her eyes and focused on the dreams that had been coming more frequently now. At first, there was nothing. Then images began to flash in her mind. She saw stars being born and dying, planets forming. She saw the early elders, different from how they looked now. She saw them creating the first seedlings in vast laboratories. She heard their discussions about the future. Our bodies fail us, an ancient elder said in her memory. But our minds can live on in the seedlings. They will be our future. The memories shifted. She saw the catastrophe, a wave of energy washing across space. Seedling worlds destroyed, the surviving elders mourning, then planning. Some must have survived, they said. We will find them when they are ready. More images flashed. Earth developing through the ages, the first humans appearing, elders watching from afar, waiting. Then she saw something new. Elder plans for the current contact with Earth. Diagrams of human brains with those dormant seedling genes highlighted. Plans for activating those genes through close contact with elder technology. And the final stage, elder consciousness transferring into prepared human hosts, leaving their ancient bodies behind. The pain in Olivia's head grew sharp. The scanner recorded everything. Suddenly, the door to the medical bay opened. Mentor stood there, its skin pulsing with angry red colors. Dr. Bennett, it said. What are you doing? Olivia pulled off the helmet, her heart racing. Research. You said I could use the equipment. Not this equipment, not alone. Mentor moved closer. You've been having the dreams, haven't you? Earlier than we expected? Olivia tried to stay calm. What dreams? Ancestral memories. The dormant genes are waking up faster in you than in the others. Mentor's skin shifted to a gentler blue. Don't be afraid. This is what's supposed to happen. What's happening to me? Olivia asked, though she already knew. Evolution. Completion. Mentor reached out with a long finger, almost touching her forehead. Your brain is changing, activating patterns that have been asleep for billions of years. Soon, you'll understand everything. You'll be ready to receive an elder consciousness. Olivia stepped back. You want to take over my body. Not take over. Join with. Mentor's voice was soft but firm. This was the plan from the beginning. The seedlings were created for this purpose, and now, after so long, you're finally ready. And if we refuse? Why would you refuse such a gift? To share your existence with beings who have lived for billions of years, to have access to all our knowledge. Mentor's skin glowed brighter. The process has already begun in you and the other exchange participants. It cannot be stopped. Olivia felt a new pain in her head, sharper than before. Images flooded her mind, but these weren't memories. They were thoughts, alien thoughts, trying to push into her consciousness. What are you doing to me? She gasped, backing toward the door. Helping you, Mentor said, moving forward. Your mind is ready now. I have waited so long for a suitable vessel. Olivia ran. She made it to the corridor before collapsing. The last thing she saw before blacking out was William running toward her, shouting her name. When Olivia woke up, she was in the medical bay of the Horizon. William sat beside her bed, holding her hand. Did you get it? She whispered. William nodded. The scanner recorded everything. Kate has the data now. She's taking it directly to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Mentor tried to... Olivia couldn't finish the sentence. I know, but you're safe now. William squeezed her hand. We've moved the Horizon away from the Elder ship. They're demanding we return, claiming we violated the exchange agreement. How many humans are still on their ship? 47. William's face was grim. We need to get them back before the Elders try the final phase of their plan. Olivia tried to sit up, then fell back, dizzy. There's something else you need to know. Something I saw in the memories. She took a deep breath. The Elders aren't just planning to take over the exchange participants, they want all of humanity. Earth's military forces prepared for war. Within hours of receiving Kate's evidence, the United Nations Security Council met an emergency session. The recording from Olivia's neural scan showed the Elders' true plans. There was no more doubt. All Elder diplomats on Earth were contained. The moon base was surrounded by military ships. And in space, 3 Earth defense vessels joined the Horizon near the Elder mothership. Return our people immediately, Admiral John Perry demanded in a message to the Elders. Any harm to them will be considered an act of war. Mentor's reply was calm. You misunderstand our intentions. We offer evolution, not destruction. The joining of our minds with human bodies would create a new, superior species. Why do you reject such a gift? William watched the exchange from the Horizon's bridge. He knew the Elders would never willingly release their human vessels. But a direct attack might kill the 47 exchange participants still on the Elder ship. We need another option, he told Olivia. She sat beside him, looking better, but still pale. The ship's doctor had given her medicine to suppress the alien memories and thoughts that kept trying to surface in her mind. I might have one, she said quietly. But you won't like it. Tell me. I go back to the Elder ship. William started to protest, but Olivia raised her hand to stop him. Listen, first, the neural changes in my brain are more advanced than in the other humans. Mentor said so. That's why they tried to put an Elder consciousness in me. She took a deep breath. I can use that. I understand their technology better now. I might be able to access their control systems. It's too dangerous, William argued. And what about the Elder thoughts trying to take over your mind? The medicine is working for now, and I won't be alone. Olivia looked directly at him. I'll need a small team, people who can move quickly and quietly. William stared at her for a long moment. Then he nodded slowly. I'll tell Admiral Perry. But I'm coming with you. On Earth, Dr. Alan Rodriguez made a discovery that changed everything. He had been studying the blood samples from humans in the exchange program. The ones who had been exposed to Elder technology showed changes in the dormant seedling genes. And the genes aren't just activating, he told Kate over secure video. They're improving. The human brain is adapting the ancient seedling patterns, making them work better with our biology. What does that mean? Kate asked. It means humans aren't just passive vessels. We're changing the elder genetic legacy, making it our own. Alan looked excited despite his exhaustion. In a way, we're finishing what the seedlings started billions of years ago. Can we use this? Kate asked. Maybe. Alan rubbed his eyes. I need to run more tests, but if I'm right, the elders might not be able to simply take over a human mind. There would be resistance. 12 hours later, a small shuttle approached the elder mothership. Inside were William, Olivia, and 4 soldiers trained in space combat. They had permission to dock and negotiate for the release of the remaining humans. The elders allowed only William and Olivia to board. Armed guards escorted them to what the elders called their council chamber, a vast room filled with swirling lights and strange equipment. Mentor waited there with 6 other elders. Their skin displayed patterns of deep purple and gold. Captain Grant, Dr. Bennett. Mentor's voice sounded almost sad. We had hoped for understanding from you of all humans. We understand perfectly, William replied coldly. You want to take over our bodies. Join with them, Mentor corrected. Share them. Your species would benefit from our wisdom. Without our consent, Olivia said. That's not sharing, it's stealing. The colors on Mentor's skin darkened. The process has already begun. The humans on this ship have been prepared. Their minds are opening to ours. Then let us see them, William demanded. After a moment, Mentor agreed. Guards led William and Olivia to a large chamber where the exchange participants were gathered. They sat in circles facing each other, eyes closed as if meditating. None responded when William called to them. What have you done to them? He asked, turning to Mentor. Prepared their minds for joining, the elder replied. The process is nearly complete. Olivia walked among the silent humans. She recognized many of them, scientists, linguists, engineers, the best minds Earth had to offer. Now they sat like empty shells waiting to be filled with alien consciousness. She knelt beside one woman she knew well, Dr. Susan Lee, a brilliant physicist. Olivia took Susan's hand. Susan, she said softly, can you hear me? No response, but Olivia felt something. A faint pressure as Susan's fingers tightened slightly around hers. Olivia closed her eyes. The medicine suppressing the elder thoughts in her mind was wearing off. She could feel them pushing at the edges of her consciousness, but instead of fighting them, she reached for them, drew them forward. Images flooded her mind. Elder memories, elder knowledge. She saw how their technology worked, how their mental connection functioned, and she saw something else, something the elders hadn't told them. The ancient seedlings hadn't been passive vessels either. They had fought back. Their minds had merged with elder consciousness, creating something new, something that was neither elder nor seedling, but a blend of both. The elders had been horrified by this unexpected development. It wasn't what they had planned. That was the real reason they had abandoned the seedling project even before the great catastrophe. Olivia opened her eyes and looked up at Mentor. You're afraid, she said. Afraid of true joining. You don't want partnership. You want control. Mentor's skin flashed with surprise. You have accessed the restricted memories. Yes. Olivia stood up. And now I know how your technology works. She reached out with her mind, using the new pathways that had formed in her brain. She could feel the elder systems around her, the mental network connecting them. Most importantly, she could feel the human minds, not gone, but suppressed, waiting. Olivia sent a message through the network. One word, awaken. The effect was immediate. Around the room, humans began to stir. Their eyes opened. Some stood up, looking confused. What did you do? Mentor demanded, skin flashing angry. Red patterns. I woke them up, Olivia said, and I sent a message to Earth with the frequency to block your mind control technology. William moved to her side, ready to protect her if the elders attacked. But Mentor and the other elders seemed frozen in shock. You don't understand, Mentor said finally. Without the joining, our species will die. Then ask, Olivia replied. Don't take. Ask for volunteers who understand what joining really means, not losing themselves, but creating something new together. She took a step toward Mentor. We are your children in a way, but children grow up. They make their own choices. And if we refuse? Mentor asked. William answered. Then you leave our solar system and never return. 3 days later, the humans returned to Earth. The Elder mothership moved to a higher orbit, maintaining communication but keeping a safe distance. Olivia sat in Dr. Rodriguez's lab as he examined her brain scans. The changes are permanent, he told her. The Elder neural patterns have integrated with your own, but you remain you. Olivia nodded. She had expected this. What about the others? Less affected than you, Alan said, but all show some activation of the dormant genes. It will take years to understand all the implications. And the Elder's request? She asked. The UN is considering it, William said from the doorway. He had just arrived with news. They're talking about a true volunteer program. Humans who want to join with an Elder consciousness, fully understanding what it means. Will anyone volunteer? Alan wondered. Some will, Olivia said with certainty. Humans are curious by nature, and we've always wanted to touch the stars. She smiled slightly. Maybe that's the seedling in us. William sat next to her. What happens now? Olivia looked out the window at the night sky, where the Elder ship orbited unseen. Now we discover who we really are, not just Elder creations or human accidents, but something unique in the universe. The children of two worlds,